Hey guys, Editor Sam here. Just wanted to fill you all in on why we're doing this clip, why this is here. So because I'm such a great content creator, I'm a great YouTuber, I'm a great vlogger. I forgot to film an intro for the second part of this scope of manaa whatever, and that's it really. I don't have a proper intro. Welcome to Dump Bench Energy, I guess. Hi, this is what you all signed up for. Yeah, let's get right into the video. Sirfetche'd. For some of you who don't know, Pokemon Sword and Shield came out with an evolution for Farfetch'd, which is called Sirfetche'd, and I think it is funny. This bird, who used to have a leek as a carry-on, now has a sword and a shield made out of a leek, and I think it's funny. And I think that it's also witty because even though I had no idea where it was coming from, the fact that it had a sword and a shield let me know that it was for Pokemon Sun. And what Sun? Sword and Shield. And what? The memes are funny. And people are coming up with fantastic artwork with this new Pokemon. And it's fun to see people having fun with Pokemon. I love Pokemon. Being multilingual. Now, a lot of people are jealous, especially Americans, who can only speak English. Who can speak American English. And they only know one language. They have a hard time studying other languages when it's taught to them in school. Some kids learn Spanish, other kids learn French, and they have a hard time learning that in school because they've been raised with just English. And I think being multilingual is very important when trying to connect with the rest of the world, because two people can have completely different languages, but as long as one of them is multilingual, or at least bilingual, they can somehow connect with each other, because languages are where was he going with this? Languages are like cousins, maybe? Yeah, they're like cousins. Especially like, say, I know English and I know, I forgot the other language, Filipino. So learning English already immediately connects me to the entire world who knows English, which is a lot. Not a lot as Mandarin. And I know Filipino, which is a mix of Tagalog and a bunch of other Filipino languages, and Spanish. So I could sort of connect with people who speak other Southeast Asian languages like Malaysian or Indonesian, just a bit. I could understand some words because we have the same words, but I could also understand a bit of Spanish and a bit of French also because they're Latin based. And because I also know English, I could understand a bit of German because English is also a Germanic language, and I think that knowing English and Filipino already connects me to a lot of other languages, and it helps me communicate with other people when I encounter them, because believe it or not, I've met a lot of people. I mean, I've traveled the world. It's not my money, by the way. I'm just carrying on luggage. And it helps me communicate with people. I mean, I usually communicate in English. And I could sort of read and understand signs or understand some people based on my knowledge of English and Filipino. And I'm learning Japanese because I am garbage. And learning an East Asian language can also help me learn other East Asian languages like Japanese because of their 3 alphabets. One of them being kanji. I could know a bit of Chinese, although Chinese is a lot more complex than that. But yeah, learning these 2 languages. Sorry, I had to stop my video. Learning a lot of language, not a lot, like 2 languages. Knowing 2 languages already helps you connect with a lot of other people who aren't in your language sphere. That's probably not a word, but I'm using it. Perfumes. I'm not a perfumey kind of person. I mean, I stand perfume, but I don't like using things that give out a scent. I mean, I get it. Like, if you like someone and you like the smell that they give off, even though it's artificial, you like them even more. Tested and proven. Are those just pheromones? I don't know. I'm an asthmatic, so if I inhale too much perfume, I might die. Or at least start suffocating. I've had experience with sniffing perfumes just to describe them, and after like an hour of sniffing perfume, I could feel my lungs just imploding. No, it wasn't that bad. I was just having a bit of a hard time breathing. I wasn't dying. I took my medication, so I was fine. But I think people overhype perfumes for the sake of smelling good. I mean, I get it. You want to give off this non-human odor to please other people. It's just that some perfumes are really strong that it does not smell good and people would want to stay away from you. But what I do like about perfumes is that they have these cute scents for the women's scents. We're gendering perfumes now. They have like citrusy scents, fruit scents. Fruit scents are nice. They're fresh, they're fun. Flower scents are also cute, but they're a little more on the seductive side. Male scents are more on the musky kind of side. I don't know, I don't use men's perfume, I just use deodorant and get on with my day. What I have sniffed, for the purpose of giving description forward, is that the men's perfume that I've sniffed are more on the clean side. Like they want to give off a fresh from the shower kind of smell. I guess it makes people like you more if you smell like you just showered. Just take showers. Oh, but if you have not showered, feel free to use perfume. Cover up that body odor that you've had all your life. Minecraft. I love Minecraft. It is a good game. I'm a child. Whatever. I think it's fun. I used to play a free game before Minecraft. Well, when Minecraft was still new, it was called Cubelands, I think. I don't know, I was 12. And it was fun. Like, we created things, we explored a world we were making, and I think Minecraft does the same. I mean, it does the same. I've played Minecraft for hours. I make my own world, and I explore my own world, and I am the king of my own world, while also running away from things that would kill you. I think people should stop, I should not swear, stop, like, dissing on people who do play Minecraft for fun and enjoyment, because it's just a game. Let people have fun things. Let people live. Divorce. Divorce is a very touchy topic because it's about marriage. I see 8. There we go. Now, I am single, so I probably shouldn't have a say with regards to divorce. But I do know and understand the situations of people who are abused in their marriages, in their family life because of an abusive partner or parent. I think divorce helps people get away from domestic harm, because if the harm is happening inside the house, what are you gonna do to escape it? You gotta take legal action to actually cut a legal contract. I think people who don't like divorce don't know this, that people use divorce as an escape from an abusive partner. Well, it's not their fault as well that media feeds them with cheating culture, with mistress culture. That's whatever. For purposes of plot driving things, there are mistresses to disrupt whatever is happening that seems to be fine. And these, where was it going with this? People who don't want divorce think that people would break up with their wives. Well, guys, because mistress is a woman, so like guys are already with their mistresses while in a marriage. So why don't you just cut the marriage? Ooh, I touched my tripod. Why don't you just cut the marriage so that people can, the guys can like not harm their spouse? You know? Adults are dumb. Adults are dumber than I am, apparently. Like, if you're in a failing marriage, why don't you just cut it out? K-dramas. I am not obsessed with K-dramas. Now I know that's something a person obsessed with K-dramas would say, but I've only watched one K-drama to its entirety because it was there and I thought the plot was funny, I thought the concept was funny, and I went with it, I liked it, and now I'm watching another one because I ran out of English TV shows to watch on Netflix, so now I'm now watching Korean ones, and I like the concept. I think it's new, I think it's fresh, I think it's way different than what they show here in the Philippines, and I shouldn't really base my opinion on the two K-dramas that I've watched, but I think that their production style is different. First of all, the concept is way different, and the length per episode is really long. It's movie length. So one episode is basically one movie. What catches my attention is when it's suddenly funny. Like, it's a serious action, fantasy, paranormal, whatever type of K-drama, and then suddenly it's funny. You're laughing, and then the next second you're like, oh, my heart. They have sound effects. I mean, not the usual sound effects that you would hear on a typical movie, like running water or footsteps, but like sound effects for humor. People in the Philippines, when they produce TV shows that are intended to be funny or have funny scenes, where was I going with this? If the show is intended to be funny, there will be sound effects just to make it funny. But if there are some funny scenes, there are no sound effects because, you know, it's passing. It's like an American TV show also. Like, if something's funny, there are no sound effects to make it funny. Where was it going? I lost my train of thought again. I think they're different. They're way different from the American and Filipino TV shows that I'm used to also. I'm not used to Filipino TV shows because I'm tired of their usual formula. Their end scenes are very, I wouldn't say on brand, but like there's a thing to them. Like, you know, an episode is ending when there are suddenly like filters on the screen, and then there are stills of other scenes from the entire episode, and it's all dramatic, and then maybe there are sponsors at the bottom of the screen. I think it's funny. So I guess on that similar vein, let's go to teleseries. I think that teleseries are not my thing. I think that the formula is overused. I think that people in these TV networks should give opportunities for fresher ideas, and they shouldn't be afraid to take leaps to show an idea or a story, because I know that their audiences are, I mean, they have a defined market. It's not for people like me, which is to say I'm always on the internet, and I'm not from a family that always watches TV together, because we don't watch TV at all. I think that the writing should be improved. Producers should take some creative liberties, and they shouldn't be afraid of what they should show on TV. Some people might not like it, but some people might like it, and I think teleseries here should compete with K-dramas, because a lot of people here watch K-dramas. So I think that's one of their competitors, because if the people who have moved to K-dramas, that probably means they don't like what they see on TV. Fandoms. I used to be part of a fandom. I mean, I sort of am, but I'm not active anymore. Like, what is a fandom? It's fan kingdom. So like, it's like a community of people who are into a specific thing, or yeah, that's right. Like a genre or a specific comic or TV show or whatever. Fandoms can be good or bad depending on their members. I mean, it's a community. People can be good or bad, and communities can be good or bad depending on the type of people in the community. I think they're fun. They connect people. They produce a lot of content. Fan-made content is important. Remember the Renaissance period when the Jesus fandom made a lot of art together. I mean, not collaboratively, but like they collectively made a lot of art. There were lots of paintings, lots of music, lots of churches, church structures, architectures and art, by the way. And that's sort of what's happening now with current fandoms. It's the same thing. People are making music, people are making art, people are organizing events to get together, wearing costumes. It's fun. It's all fun and whatever until someone gets hurt. Abortion. I think that women have a choice when it comes to their body. Lawmakers should consider what the women think. Lawmakers, which is to say the male politicians who are handling abortion laws. Abortion is hard to discuss here because we're a Catholic country and we believe that life is conceived in the womb. It's hard to discuss because of these values. I mean, we have the Immaculate Conception as a holiday, so we would believe that people are already conceived as people once they're formed in the womb. Life starts from there, not from when they start breathing air. So there are varying. I'm changing my seating position, by the way. Woo! I think people who handle abortion laws that are men are very inconsiderate of what the women think, because women have the burden of making the child for 9 months. Men do not have that burden. They actually have the pleasure of impregnating a woman. So really, it should be the woman's decision because she's doing all the work. And personally, I think that this is going to be very controversial for my channel with all the church videos. But I think that the life of a person starts when they breathe fresh air, when they start crying. Or, you know, when they're beyond what can be aborted. Women who abort don't abort fully formed babies unless they have to. There are medical conditions that could threaten the baby and possibly the mother when they're born, and so must be removed as a almost formed human. But usually abortion takes place before that even happens, when they're like this small and they don't know anything because they don't have a brain yet or a heart. I think fetuses are tumors until we decide that they're people. Which is to say, the ultrasound shows that there's actually a head and some limbs on that thing. But for a while, it's just a cell, a tumor that's growing inside a woman's tuki. And women can do whatever they want to that tiny tumor. Women can do whatever they want in general with their bodies. It's a woman's choice if they want to keep the baby. If they don't want to keep the baby, they would know from the start that they don't want to keep the baby because it's a lot of work. They're basically eating for two. And they go through a lot of stress and hormones and physical and psychological changes and challenges, and I think it's their choice if they want to continue making the baby that's forming inside of them. Yeah, I think that's what I think. So that was it for part 2 of this long Skopatu Manaa video, whatever. I've been sitting down here for about an hour and a half now, just filming this and giving my thoughts and 2 cents. I'm not wealthy, so I can only give 2 cents. Thank you for sticking this long. I've talked about a bunch of things. Like this video, if you agree with some of the things that I said, I know some of them are very controversial and I might not be the right person to talk about them, but I'm trying my best to be a good person to other people and be considerate about their needs and their experiences. Like this video also if you learned something new today, because it's not often that people learn new things on the internet. Leave a comment down below if you have things to say about what I said or about the things that I talked about. Some of the things I talked about are very controversial and probably need further discourse, not just here on the internet space, which is just me and this camera that I'm talking to. I mean, y'all are watching me, so whatever. There should be more discourse on these things. People have different views, so it's only natural to find someone who doesn't think like you do. And I think discussions are important to understand each other, because people who don't talk don't understand each other. I think that's right. That's what I've noticed from online debates. And subscribe for more of me. I do a bunch of other videos, but sometimes I can sit down and talk about a bunch of whatevers and try to fix the lighting, which is right here. Oh, I'm an idiot, by the way. So if any of you are offended, don't worry. I'm not like an authoritative figure or whatever. I'm just a guy on the internet who has some thoughts on some things, and sometimes I'm just an idiot. Whatever. Be nice to each other. Yeah, that's a good message. Peace. I'm going back and forth towards the camera in a way because the lighting is different. It's autumn now. I mean, that's not a thing here in the Philippines. We don't do autumn. It's just wet or dry and Christmas.